Hi guys, hello and welcome back to another episode of the Mortal Realms magazine. So this week we are up to issue 4. Can you believe that already? 4 issues in. So this looks quite a packed issue, to be honest. Look at the front cover. We notice it's in a browny purpley colour with the usual £7.99 because, like I said the other week, guys, these are now all the premium cost issues. And we have a nice picture of our models this month, the Glaive Wraith Stalkers. Okay, and obviously issue number 4. So Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Mortal Realms, battle games in the Age of Sigmar. And the 3 little bullet points on the front of the magazine this week. Glaive Wraith Stalkers, which we are going to meet later. Exploring the Mortal Realms and painting with Nelac Oxide. So, as you've gathered, guys, we mentioned Nelac Oxide. This is the first thing that came in the magazine. It's a little pot of paint from the Citadel range, and it actually says it's a technical paint. I'm old school, guys. I just whack a bit of undercoat on, chuck a bit of base on, a little bit of ink, quick dry brush, as you all know by now. Bish, bash, bosh. So, if anybody knows what a technical paint is, please leave me the comments below. Cheers. Only been doing this hobby over 20 years, man. You know what? Yeah, not well up on the technical side though, and I love to play and have a couple of beers and whatever. Okay, and then we have a nice new battle mat. So I'm presuming that our tutorial feature is going to get bigger as we go along. So as I'm talking, guys, I'm just unfolding this. This looks really nice. It is, yeah, it's quite a big mat, to be honest with you. I'm going to kind of do my best. I'm going to go out of shot for a minute. There you go. Okay, and give you a blip of that. And then it's also double-sided. So there's the other side. Okay. So if this magazine runs anything along the lines of the Warhammer 40k Conquest that I subscribed to and completed, what they've done is they started off with like a small A4 kind of little mat, which you've already seen, and a few models just to show you the basics. This is how you move, how you shoot, how you attack, blah blah. And then they went along and they started introducing, they've done a mat I think about that size, and then a wee bit further on the subscription or halfway through I think they've done another one, and you could put no, tell lies, sorry, I did another 2. So come the end of the subscription, you had 3 of these mats side by side, which just happened to open up to about 6x4, which is a standard sort of gaming table to play an average game on. You can play bigger, you can play smaller, it just depends upon yourself. Personally, I enjoy the smaller side of things, smaller model counts, quicker games, but yeah, I digress, I'm just waffling now. What you're really here to see, not me, or the cool Slayer t-shirt, but this month's models. Okay, so we can see 4 bases and 4 models there. So what I'm going to do as usual, I'm going to stop the camera, I'm going to go away, I'm going to show you the magazine, I'm going to build the models, and I'll round it up with, I'm not going to get the turntable out, guys, I'm just going to sort of show you like I done last week. Because I feel that's a lot better. I had a little bit of feedback off a few folks sort of saying about the turntable, so that's something for me to kind of work at, but I'm waffling again. Alright, I'm going to go away and I'm going to show you the magazine. Okay guys, so welcome back. So here we are back down on the table with this month's, I've done it again haven't I, this week's issue of Mortal Realms, issue number 4, featuring the Glaive Wraith Stalkers. Okay. So, nice cover as always, beautiful artwork. And starting off, we have our issue contents. So it says about the Glaive Wraith Stalkers, learn about these spectral hunters, hunters that never tire. Sacrosanct Chambers, contain the magic used of the Stormcast Eternals, the Necroquake, discover the event, the Change of Realms, flooding them with the undead. I love all that stuff. The history, Azir, the Realm of Heavens. The Realm of Azir is home to the God King Sigmar himself. Glaive Wraith Stalkers, which is our building guide. How to paint Nighthaunt, and Something Wicked Stirs, which sounds like, yeah, this playthrough is on our new battle mat, which is much bigger than the previous one. Okay. Editorial. Little bits. And here we see the page on the Nighthaunt Glaive Wraith Stalkers. So they normally do this, guys, don't they? They normally show us a little bit about the models that we're building, so we can basically get into them, find out what they're about, you know, and that kind of thing. Spectral Hunters, where are we? And again, different names for some of the characters. The Vanguard, and some lovely pictures there just to whet our appetites for these absolutely beautiful models. I'm not kidding, they're all lovely, aren't they? I know a number of you guys, Justin, Glenn, and a few other folks really, Jim, really like the look of some of these. And then we go on to the chambers section. It tells all about what a sacrosanct chamber is. They are responsible for controlling and deploying the storm host's magical power, etc. I'm not going to go into that because, as I say, you guys, if you want to sort of subscribe or whatever, you know, you're going to want to read that stuff yourself. And the other side is, if anybody actually, you know, wants to know more about any of this stuff, leave me a comment below, or, you know, email me, darkjedi, DARKJEDI99 at hotmail.com. darkjedi99 if you want like a private conversation, or hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll happily tell you more about the magazines, or discuss it, or have a chat, or whatever. Okay, so the Sacrosanct Chamber, and just basically shows us like the order of like who's in charge and what happens and all that kind of stuff. Okay, and then it goes into further depth. The Lord Arcanum, they are the leaders of Sacrosanct Chamber, etc., etc. The Realms of the Necroquake. I might actually end up reading this when I go away afterwards, to be honest. The Necroquake was an arcane disaster of epic proportions, etc. Dark Plans, Grim Tidings. So this game, like Age of Sigmar, oh, there's a loose page. This game, Age of Sigmar, is just it's just so themeful and thematic, and the history and the bump and all that kind of stuff. You know, I'd be as brave as to say I do prefer it to 40k. That's probably going to get me shot down in some regions, but you guys who are here watching the actual Mortal Realms Age of Sigmar probably aren't going to give me too much grief. Okay, so the Necroquake, the Aftermath, more bump, and Azir, the Realm of Heavens. As it mentioned before, it's Sigmar's realm. Each one of the races have like their own realm, like the Realm of Death with Nagash, and obviously Azir with Sigmar. An absolutely beautiful picture there of the big man himself, and a couple of his guard. More bump about the Purge of Chaos. And then, apart that I know a few folks really do like the how to build, so I'm going to have a quick little look at this now, because I'm going to go away in a couple of minutes and build. So again, guys, your sprue, your clip of safety, how we go about putting the pieces together, push fit, what they're going to look like. So a little sneak peek of what you're going to get in a couple of minutes, guys. And as I always say, clip of safety. I know a few people think I go over the top with this, but seriously, you catch yourself with one of these things and you're looking nasty cut, like, you know, no messing. The Glaive Wraith Stalker Guide, which just looks, yeah, you know, I'll have these together in 10 minutes. And the How to Paint the Nighthaunt. Now here is where our new paint has come from, the Nelac Oxide. So it tells you about opening your paints. It's always good to get into the habit, guys, you know, open your paints properly and all that, because if you don't, you're going to like paint around the rim, it's going to dry, that little lid is not going to shut properly, it's going to dry your paints up and blah blah. Okay, so always get into good habits early doors. And again, a little bit of just dip your paintbrush, don't go mad with it. It shows previous models, the Banshees and the Chain Rasps, which were done in white as we saw last time. And they're just basically indicating you're going to be doing the same there. And where are we? Yeah, okay, so just how to paint. So we know this already, we've all painted the white, and it just shows first coat, second coat, final coat. Please don't think I'm just skimming through this for the sake of it, guys, but you know, it's been like the previous 3 issues before. Now this is nice because it shows our Nighthaunt models, which are the ones we got first time round. They were done white, and now it shows how to use this new paint to bring up all the different effects, which look really, really nice. So there's your Chain Rasp Horde with it on. It looks like an ink, to be honest, over white. Your Banshees from last week, and your Glaive Wraith Stalkers from this issue. Oh yeah, there we go. What do all the finished models look like? So Chain Rasps, Mermorn, Banshees, which I know a load you folks like, and our Glaive Wraith Stalkers from today. Okay. and then our little bit of fluff, or a little bit of a story from Crypt and Barrow, Something Wicked Stirs. I'm not going to go into all that, I'll just show you the pictures to just whet your appetite a wee bit. And as you notice, some of the models we've previously got there that are being used. The Glaive Wraith Ambush is the name of this week's tutorial. What you need. Little details on how you set up. The models involved. Your units. And a little run by of movement and combat, etc. Turn sequence, movement, combat, piling weapons to hit rolls, damage. Obviously we're still not up to speed yet on all the full rules. And then about the Stormcast Eternals, the Castigators, when they attack. And your examples, which never underestimate these guys. Even now, 20 odd years later, I still appreciate this kind of thing. And then the details on your Glaive Wraith Stalkers, their sequence, what they do, what you need to hit, etc. And a little bit more of the playthrough guide. And it just gives us a basic summary of that. And remember last week I was talking about War Scrolls? Well, it's got a few more little bits now. The scrolls are now starting to get padded out a wee bit more. So as we go on by the weeks, we'll be building up to what a full War Scroll looks like. Subscribe to Mortal Realms. I'm not telling you to, but they recommend it. I do, and I don't regret it. Okay, and my favourite part of other people's reviews when I used to watch these was what was coming next. So coming to the Mortal Realms, Issue 5, Xandria Azure Bolt arrives. Learn about the Knight Incantor. And what's really nice about this is she is our exclusive model for the collection. You cannot get her anywhere else, folks, apart from in this collection. So it's nice to see a female character. It's nice to see some magic coming into it. And it's always good to learn more about the Mortal Realms. Okay, and it shows us what our front cover is going to look like there. Xandria Azure Bolt. Learn about Knight Incantors. Play a game with your new hero. So, sounds like good stuff, okay? I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to leave a little bit of a mystery. Hopefully too many of you didn't see or aren't going to go back and be naughty and freeze frame to see what's in issue 6. I used to do that, that's why I'm laughing saying about it. Alright, folks. I'm going to go away now. I'm going to build those Glaive Wraith Stalkers. I'm going to come back to the table. I'll show you them and we can finish up. Okay, folks. So I've just been away. I've built the models and I've come back. I'm going to give you one positive. They're really, really nice models. I'm going to give you one negative. They can be a little bit tricky, but let me show you them and I'll explain as we go along, okay? So this is the first guy. Really, really easy to build, guys. And again, look at the details on that base there. Any who learn to dry brush, oh, you know what I mean, so you can knock yourself out. You're going to have all kinds of fun with those details there. And there's the other side to this model here, okay? So you might notice a couple of little mould lines here. All you do is just get a little air file them off gently, okay? So there is our first Glaive Wraith Stalker. Okay, and our second one is here, and he went together well as well. I mean, look at the details, guys, just on these bases. You know, it looks like a part of our building there. Again, dry brush that up. The poses on him are lovely. This guy's got like his left hand sort of out, sort of trying to grab away at a possible victim, and you see like the detail on the face there. You have like a beaker, kind of like bony kind of bird, like kind of ghouls, with long flowing capes. And turn him round there, folks, you see his spear, or glaive, I'm presuming it's called. The other side of the scenery there, a little bit of rockery on the floor, and the pose is a really nice one. So the first two went together well, no problem at all. And then we come along to a little problem. I'll probably take a little bit of responsibility being heavy-handed, okay? So the pose of this guy was a multiple pose. So as you can see, he's got the spear in his left hand, holding it in his right hand. There's a small joint. I'm not sure if that's coming up on camera, but you could have had either a drum or this spear. I wanted the drum, hence I haven't got it. Whilst clipping, the piece was extremely fragile and ended up just coming away. So that was like a write-off. Luckily, I had the spear to put on. But just a word of caution, guys, any of you who are working along with this or thinking about it, these Nighthawk models are absolutely lovely. I'm not kidding. I mean, again, look at the base on that there and the detail on the tiles. But because of the nature of them, they can be extremely fragile, you know, they really can. But you know, they are absolutely lovely models, and to be honest with you, they can be a pain in the ass, but they're worth putting up with that for. And the other glaring one, which I'm going to show you, is this guy here. Let's just call him Wraith number 4. Wraith Stalker number 4, okay? And from there, he looks fine. Again, lovely little kind of thing sticking out there, a little bit of a tombstone in the background, and all really, really nice. And he is a nice model, isn't he? He's got his little spear, etc. Anybody notice the difference? Let's turn him round, and it'll be glaringly obvious. He has no right hand. Okay. Now, he had a right hand, except I was overzealous with the clippers and took it off, despite having my specs on. Okay, guys? So, I mean, it's no big deal. You know, these guys are ghouls. You know, they're bound to be missing like the odd body part or, you know, whatever. But just be careful, guys, because they, even like what looks like a little bit of a sprue where you can chop off, you know, you can make like a rookie mistake like that, and it's, you know, glaringly obvious. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this review of the models, etc. for issue number 4 of Mortal Realms. If you're new here, please leave a subscription for me, leave a like, share the video, and leave a comment. For any of you returning folks, let me know if you're enjoying the series. I mean, I know a few folks have left me comments and you've said how much you're enjoying it, and they're enjoying seeing Nighthaunt models and stuff like that. So, yeah, thanks for that, guys. That's me. That's another one. That's a wrap. And I'll see you all next time for issue number 5.